Okay, another bad video. This is relating to sheet metal and how do you steal information off of something that you've modeled as a solid. This is a pretty simple truncated pyramid. If I go into the sketch, you can see it's 4 by 5. Okay, and then if I edit the feature here, I made it 5 inches tall and I did a 15-degree taper, so it tapers in. And then I went to my right plane, drew a line at 30 degrees and cut that off, and I ended up with this part. And I saved it as truncated. So, the next thing to do is steal some information. Now, the only way you can do that is through an assembly. So we'll File, New, we'll open up an assembly. Okay. And we'll turn on our origin. We're going to bring the truncated piece in here. As I hover over, you can see how it centers up the origins. You guys should notice already. And we need to save it. I'll just throw it on a desktop for right now. Just draw it. Trunk. Okay. Truncated assembly. It's got an F, so it means it's fixed, so it shouldn't move on you. And now we're going to insert a new part. And down here it's going to say select a face or a plane. So I'm going to pick this face. So everything's going to turn transparent. And I'm going to grab this whole surface. I'm going to convert it. Okay, converts it. Happy check mark. And we'll go into sheet metal. And let's make it thin. We're going to call it 0.03 for the sheet metal thickness. And K factor is at 0.5. And everything else looks okay. Hit a happy check mark, and there you go. So now you can see the original piece is still transparent. And the new piece is this piece here. And if you zoom in, you can see I went into the part. You don't want to go outside of the part because then it's bigger than what you need. So what are we going to do next? Let's grab this edge because we're still in edit component, right? And we will do a flange, okay? And what we can do is we can go up to a vertex. Okay, so it's going to be long enough. And I should be able to do this, right? So I grab this face, and it's going to go parallel to the face. But let's go to the right plane. All right. Okay, so it's parallel, but it's on the outside. So what do? We've got to change that, right? So now it's more like on the inside. Okay. Or we can do one of these, right? And we can change position. Or we could do this. Look at this. That's nice. Okay. Happy check mark. All right. You're going to see it put in some special cuts to make that bend happen. Okay. But the problem is we got these little triangles, right? So how do we fix that? Well, if I grab this, I should be able to sketch on it. And let's do a normal 2 so it's facing me. Okay. And I'm going to go down here and I'm going to grab, I'm going to turn this on the wireframe. I'm going to grab this edge and I'm going to offset it a little, but in the other direction, not this much down. Let's go 0.01, see how that looks. And it looks like it could go a little bit bigger because we got a little bit of a bend going on here. That's where that line is. Let's go 0.012. That's a little bit too much. 0.011. That looks good. So we'll grab it. And okay, so we're going to use this edge though. So we'll convert it. We're going to convert it. Happy check mark. And now we're going to do some trimming. So we're going to trim corner. I'm going to grab this and this line. You see how it closes it up. This and this line. And if I go down here, I should be able to grab this and this. Okay. And if I rotate around and stuff, I can see some things happening. I can go back to this. Alright. And I should be going to features. I should be able to extrude that. Remember, it's 0.03 thick. And we want to go in the other direction. Okay, and fills it in nicely, or it should. Let's right-click this thing and let's open it. And we're just going to save this quick, and also on the desktop. And we'll leave it as trunk-sm for sheet metal. And since we're in here, let's just do what we're supposed to do, right? Let's unsuppress it. Does it flatten? Yes, it does. Okay, let's unflatten it again. Let's see if we can do a mirror. Don't know if we can, but if we go in here and go view and turn our origin on, we should be at the center. Looks like it's the right plane. And we're going to see if we can mirror this boss extrude, see if it's happy with that. Okay, sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. Okay, and again, let's unsuppress it. Looks good. Suppress it. Save it. Control Tab, and we're back in here. Now you can see the name has changed, right? Trunk SM. And we have part of it closed up. Let's do the next part. So again, I can grab this edge, all right, and I'm going to do an edge flange, right? So we just drag down and to a vertex, right? So we're going to grab this corner, and then we're going to do this parallel deal again, right? So it's going to fold it out, and we'll go to the right plane, and what does it look like? Not quite what we want, right? So we're going to zoom in here, all right? There's the edge, so we need this on the inside. Too far. Not right. This time it's not working exactly what we want. Which is the closest? Not this one, not this one, not this one. That's too far in. Okay, you could do a custom. Alright. Or you could do this. Right? And you can change things. Okay, so you can change offset. Whoa, what happened there? Alright, you can do this. Let's see if we can do offset. Okay. We'll take the closest one. Alright. Happy check mark. It's there. Again, we're missing the triangles. So we'll grab this surface and we will sketch on it. Let's do normal too, so it's looking at us, okay, the right way. And again, what are we going to steal? Alright. So we're going to turn on wireframe so we can grab some entities. Let's zoom in. Again, this is a little too far away. So what we're going to do here is we're going to grab that edge and we'll offset it opposite direction again. You can see where this bend ends. So let's change that 0.015. See what it looks like. A little bit more. 0.02. That'll work. Okay. And then we'll grab this and convert it, and also the bottom edge. Happy check mark. Back into trim corners, right? So we're going to grab this and this. See how it closes up? The bottom and this. And then zoom in here to here. That's all nice. Happy check mark. Rotate it a little. Let's go back into this. And then we're going to do the 30 thousandths. We're going in the wrong direction, so let's go the other way. Now it should fill it in nicely. Okay. Let's grab this and open that part. Okay, so we got that wedge. Yeah, it unflattens nicely. Okay. I should be able to do a mirror again. So I'm going to mirror, and I think it's still on the right plane. When you want to mirror that last extrude, sort of gives you a preview. Now I get a full preview. Does it. Check your suppression. Flattens nicely. Refresh, save it. Control Tab, back to here. Okay, we've got a few sides done. What is the next side we want to do? And from what direction do we want to do it? Okay, none of them are going to be that friendly. We're going to try this edge, and we're going to see what happens. So we will do a edge flange again. Okay, we got to go to the part that's the longest. So it's going to be right there. So up to vertex, Okay. And, okay, you can see right now if I sort of rotate, it's kind of going into the part because it always goes to the default of 90 degrees. If I do this, you see that it just moved. Okay. And now we got to do a little rotating and stuff and see how does it look. Let's get it as flat as possible and zoom in. Okay, looks like we could still go to the inside. Alright. And let's hit the happy check mark. Okay. Ah, rebuild. What is messing with us? Oh my god, I don't know. Let's go to the outside. Alright, let's see if it does it now. Still doesn't like it. Alright, unable to create the edge flange. Okay. And the problem could be is that it is overlapping or touching something that it doesn't like right along this edge. Okay, so it's still not going out far enough. If I do this, let's see what happens. Now it does it, right? So you can see that it was, with the other two right in here, it was too close to all these other little things going on, and it can't bend upon itself. But that's okay. So I'm going to grab this, and I will sketch on it. Okay. We're going to go to the hidden, and since we're sketching on that, let's do a normal 2 again. Now we got to clean up this whole side. Alright, so what do we need? We're going to need this edge, okay? And we can offset it. Let's see, does 20 look good? 20 might be too much. Let's try 15. Okay. That may work. We're going to grab this. I'm just going to try converting it for right now and see if that works for me. And what else? What else? What else? Is this the way I want to do it? Yeah, let's escape out of this for a second. Let's grab this line. We're going to delete that. Alright. And you'll see why in a second. We'll grab this and we'll offset it also, the 15. Okay. And then down here, I think we might be able to use it the way it stands. Okay. And let's do some trimming. Just grab this corner to here and this to here. Okay, so it should close all that up. And make sure we're still at normal too. Okay. So that line, that whole thing is parallel to us. And let's try this. Let's see if this is going to work. We're just going to grab, we're going to create a arbitrary outside shape. And let's tie it in back into that. Okay, so it looks like everything is connected. You have some black lines and some blue lines. It's on the outside surface of this thing. Okay. And if we're lucky, okay, we're going to be able to take that sketch and we're going to be able to do an extrude cut and we're going to link it to the thickness, which is the material. Alright, and let's turn on the shade. Okay, so it's cut everything. Now the thing is, let's open her up. Okay, so it's cut it. Will it flatten? And it does. Okay, so now we suppress it again. Let's try a mirror again and see if we can get away with that at one more time, even though it's a difficult thing taking place on that right side. So the right side, and we're going to do the edge flange and the cut. Okay, it's all there. Unsuppress, and there you go. Okay, so that's all there, but it's not done. You still have to put a bottom in. Bottom's really easy. Okay. Happy check mark. Let's suppress that. The bottom I'm just going to do here. I don't have to do it in the assembly. Both edges are the same, okay, for the most part. But I'm going to grab this one here because it has a seam on either side. I'm going to grab Actually, I want to go back. Might as well stay in the assembly anyways, okay? So it's got the seams on both sides. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to grab this edge. One final flange, okay? And I'm going to go up to the vertex, right? Which is here, right? It's going to ask me for a surface to grab, right? So I can do a parallel to. Right. Let's see. So it's picking up everything except the one I want. So right click, do a select other, and see what kind of faces it's going to give me. There we go. So that flattens it up. Okay. It is bending outside, so it shouldn't give me any issues. Okay, no mistakes. Let's go on here, let's open that bad boy up. And let's do a suppress. And everything flattens perfect. And there's your flat pattern. And so I can suppress that again. Save. I can go back into my assembly. Get out of edit. Okay. Hit a refresh and a save. I can go into this truncated whatever I created. Okay, and let's just hide it for a second. Okay, and there is your part. Pretty close. Okay, but that is how you can go into something and create a solid model and then extract information off of this. Okay, and then another thing is like if you really wanted this to be solid but it'd still be hollow on the inside, what you would specify in your print, and you would close these gaps a little bit more, and once you get better at it you can do those things. On your print you would specify that maybe this and this is connected by what's called a seam weld. What that means is from here all the way down to here they would weld material in, and they would grind it and polish it and make it all look nice, and then they do a seam weld here and the same thing on the bottom and close all that up. But this is a brief demo on how you go about creating a sheet metal part off of a solid model.